Hello, everybody. Anybody that might tune in, thank you for anybody that does. I live in Napanee. My name is Chris Wood, and I am a 3-year revenge retaliation, skull split, identity theft, identity change victim. Compliments of Lennox and Edmonton, Ontario Provincial Police. Compliments of inmate psychiatric patient, pedophile, dangerous offender. 1 William Bill Wooldridge, 149 Centre Street North, Napanee, Ontario. Highly untouchable, highly psychotic, highly unarrestable, and owns and gives orders to the police. He is a child stalker for the ex-chief or commander from 2019. He used to do it daily at Tim Hortons for child sex slavery trafficking. There is Spencer Mills. There is Spencer Mills 14716 badge number. There's staff sergeants, year 2019 and year 2021. There is Shannon Cork, Robert Lucas, Robert Kane, a mental health worker named Stacy, was Daily Tea Company, now Kingston, and Shelley Hafner. Dr. Tatiana V, aka Margie V, Stacy's girlfriend, medical file falsifier, and medical blacklister, the one that assures their victims are medically blacklisted and not taken serious about the crimes that are taking place with them and by whom, how, and why. Dr. Joy Hadley, Dr. McGregor, Dr. Barton, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. Waldron. Triage nurses Terry, Tanya, and David. Administration Wayne Cubbyduck and Sheriff Fiddler. And Paladin security guard, roughly 23 to 25 years old, approximately 300 to 500 pounds. And then there is inmate wanted sex offender, 149 Center Street North, my identity thief, stalker of my mother, and guilty of murdering my mother December 20th, 2020. Billy Wooldridge, one known as Billy Wooldridge, and then Blair Hardy. There is Tyler Lake, and there is Jason Van Alstyne. They are guilty of my identity theft. They are guilty of attempted financial thefts and frauds, my identity theft to commit financial thefts and fraud, and identity theft and fraud. This is about framing me as Billy Wooldridge or Blair Hardy. I have their prisoner tracking on me. I have no feeling left in my head. My skull's been seriously split and deformed to 50 different ways, shapes, and sizes that I've shown and proven it. And I am going through this by remote neuromonitoring by these pieces of shit, and they're being paid to end my bloodline for Spencer Mills's revenge. He is a piece of shit. O.P.P are sex offenders guilty of kidnapping, sex assault, medical blacklisting, medical blacklisting to assure that this happened to me. Their lies, their time buying, their cover ups, putting prisoner tracking onto me illegally, lies about criminal records and history, lies about psychological records and history, and none of it is true, lies about being suicidal self-harmer, none of it is true, so I would not get help, so I would not be taken serious about what has taken place with me, by whom, how, and why. Meanwhile, the doctors here are co-committing with criminal negligence to commit and aid in covering this up, even aiding in having me falsely charged to deflect crimes against me that are taking place upon me from them. That was also done to give me an attempt to give me a record to get my prints and my signatures for forgeries, framings, and frauds against me. They already have my piss and my urine or my piss and my blood from May 27, 2020 or 2021. Conveniently 24 hours after me asking for help with this. So I'm a revenge retaliation victim for speaking of police crimes, and as a result, Blair Hardy, Billy Wooldridge, Tyler Lake, and Jason Van Alstyne are all guilty of not only murdering my mother, you're guilty of murdering Chris Wood, you're guilty of murdering the entire Wood bloodline, and it can be 100% proven. You are lucky that you own the police, you are lucky that you suck off their police. And I do not mean that in a good way. I mean that in a way so you're doing it to get away with the crimes that you are getting away with. You're filthy fucking garbage, and you're lucky that you even have a justice of the peace here. Anything more happens to me. I am Christopher Wood. I live in Napanee, Ontario. I am an identity theft, a human traffic victim with the intent to frame and to murder, and I will not be proven wrong. Right, Spencer Mills? Somebody has to come in, no matter how much I prove these crimes to me. It's done no good. They have a justice of the peace to make accusations against victims, to obstruct, to refuse arrest. They have obviously O.P.P that's involved, and they're not going to arrest anybody because they themselves need it. I'm being broadcasted through from fucking remote neuro monitoring, and it's numbing me down to dumb me down and changing me to look like all of these fucking pieces of shit garbage, changing my identity to them. Tyler Lake is approximately 30 years old. Jason Van Alstyne is approximately 40, 45 years old. Billy Wooldridge is 72, 73 years old. Blair Hardy's 65 years old approximately. You're fucking scum garbage. You're murdering pieces of shit, lowlife. You're gonna pay for what you've done to my mother, and you're gonna pay for what you've done to me. I obviously do share now I obviously share DNA with you cocksuckers now. You're stealing my blood. You're stealing my DNA. You're stealing my identity. You stole my mother, and you're stealing my fucking bloodline and my life, and you're getting away with it because you're fucking O.P.P, and because you're inmate, sex offender, cocksucking pieces of shit, low life. I really hope this is being seen because this is how O.P.P, the police here, they frame their victims. They are guilty of the murdered and missing. Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police, O.P.P in particular, are the ones that are guilty of murdered and missing. So natives beware of this. Human trafficking, it is Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police. They're inmates. They're given sex offenders and pedophiles remote neuro monitoring to use on children have for invasive surveillance so they can look at children naked and watch them so they can masturbate over them. You bunch of sick motherfucking pieces of shit garbage. This is the O.P.P you think you know. They are nothing but filth. They're guilty of domestic terrorism. They're guilty of doing this to me through the R&M and their little filth that they will not touch and arrest. One way or another, I'm going to bring criminal civil lawsuits against you, and I'm going to sue your fucking asses right to hell. That is no threat. I'm just saying, I'm going to sue your fucking asses straight to hell, along with the hospital here for aiding in this for 3 damn years, revenge retaliation because of me speaking of your crimes, O.P.P. Using Billy Wooldridge, using Blair Hardy, using Tyler Lake, using Jabin Alstein, giving them $300 a day and feeding them their drugs of choice. I will not be proven wrong. Be safe, everybody. Love all, hate none. Remember, this is my identity theft is how O.P.P, human traffic, frame, and murder, and this is being done through revenge retaliation on me. So let this be a warning to everybody. Be safe, watch yourselves, watch your children. This is about framing me as well. And this is about identity theft, obviously, financial theft. And this is about framing me as wanted sex offender, dangerous inmate Billy Waldridge, who they will not touch until this is done. And then there will be convenient mistaken identity because now I will share his DNA and I will obviously look like him, so they'll be able to fuck me over seriously with this. So you won, you pieces of shit fucking garbage. After 3 fucking years, you game playing terrorist pieces of shit. O.P.P. Spencer Mills, Billy Waldridge, Blair Hardy, and all you rest of you fucks here in Napanee, Ontario, Canada. You are terrorist pieces of shit. Speak police crimes, you will end up dead, and they will take your children, and they will fuck them, and they will kill your parents as well. They will get away with it. They will use sex offending inmates. They will use psychotic ex-psychiatric patients and drug addicts that they can feed drugs to and money to fuck everybody their victims over. Isn't that right, Spencer Mills? You speak up, you try to save lives from police, and your entire bloodline will be ended. Isn't that right, Spencer Mills, you serial killing piece of shit lowlife? Every single one of you cops named, and doctors and the rest need to be in fucking prison. You're serious threats and dangers to everybody.